Testing one, two, three. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we've got a bundle of Zendikar Rising. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open and see what kind of value we can get out of a bundle from about 3 years ago. There are no expedition lands in here. Those are reserved for the set and collector boxes, but there's definitely still some value in the set. Plus, this is such an iconic set for its time. Um, so we've got a little gear up for adventure piece of paper there. We've got an empty box here, and then we've got our storage box, of which I don't have one. That's why I wanted to open these. And here is our Zendikar die. Very cool. And we've got two land packs here. We've got non-foil, and then we've got foil with Charx, the Raging Isle. There's nothing really special in here, and Charx is not a very expensive promo card. So I'm going to go ahead and skip opening these, but I will put the value on the screen for you. We've got a couple of rules cards here, and then, yep, that should be it for that. We've got our 10 draft booster packs. So let's just go ahead and spread these guys out. And let's get to cracking and see what kind of value we can find in here. There are still 42 cards from the set that we can pull out of a draft booster pack, valued over $1. So let's see how many of those we can get. All right, so this one's going to kick off with a Negate, followed by a Mesa Lynx. Then we're going to see an Oblivion's Hunger, followed by Reclaim the Wastes, a Risen Riptide, then a Sizzling Barrage, with a Dauntless Unity. Then we've got a Highborn Vampire, Tajiru Snarecaster, Royal Eruption with a Relic Axe, Springmantle Cleric, Merfolk Windrobber, and then we are going to see one of the pathways here. This is going to be one of the ones valued over $1. This is the Branch Loft pathway, which is valued around $3.50. And then we've got ourselves a Full Art Forest with a Core Warrior token in the back. All right, so already off to a good start. We got ourselves a rare double-sided land. And in case you wanted to see the other side, there's the Boulder Loft pathway. All right, moving into pack number 2 here. We got the Expedition Healer, followed by the Tormenting Voice, Shell Shield, Drana's Silencer, Gnarlid Colony, Spare Supplies, Gruul Draz Mucklord, Mursa Brute, Namada Skydancer, then the Cunning Geyser Mage, with a Fearless Fledgling in the Showcase treatment, with a Vine Gecko. Then we get a Kazul's Fury, and our rare is going to be an Inscription of Ruin. Then we got ourselves a Full Art Mountain with a blank card in the back. So there's lots of double-sided cards in Zendikar, so there's lots of blank cards in the back to write down basically the or to represent a double-sided card. All right, next up we got a Teeter Peak Ambusher, followed by Zulaport Duelist, Resolute Strike. Then we've got a Namada Skitter Sneak, followed by a Tajiru Blight Raid, Feed the Swarm, Rabid Bite, Cliffhaven Kite Sail with an Akum Hellhound, then a Sure-Footed Infiltrator with a Kargan War Leader, Shadow Stinger, Shatter Skull Smashing, and then we're going to see a Blood Beckoning foil coming in, followed by a Full Art Swamp with a blank card in the back. And the Shatter Skull Smashing is our mythic hit. Forgot to call that out. We'll go put our foils over there. And the Shatter Skull Smashing is quite valuable at $6.99 right now. So that's a pretty decent hit for us. All right, next up we've got a Practiced Tactics, Pyroclasm Helion, Seafloor Stalker, a Hagra Constrictor, an Adventurer Waits, Mind Drain, Skyclave Squid with a Canopy Ballast. Then we get a Taktuk Rubble Fort with a Glacial Grasp, Ravager's Mace, followed by Acquisition Expert. And then we're going to see Jawari Disruption coming in, another double-sided card there. And we get a Kaza Royal Chaser coming in as our rare, not high value. Then we get ourselves an island and a cat token. And I apologize if my voice is a little rough today. Since coming back from vacation, I've been a little bit sick. So just trying to get over it, get lots of rest, lots of fluids, and work through it. So we've got ourselves a sneaking guide in here with a deliberate, then a Cliffhaven sellsword, a blood prince, a Kazandu nectar pot, strength of solidarity with a living tempest, followed by a Seagate colossus, disenchant, turn timber ascetic with a ruin crab. This is going to be one of the iconic cards from this particular set. In showcase form, though, unfortunately not valued over $1. Then we got a cleric of life's bond, followed by a Vastwood fortification, and our rare is going to be a myriad construct. Then we're going to see ourselves full art planes with another blank card in the back. All right, so that takes us halfway through the bundle here. So far, so good. A couple of cards worth some value. And I do love my land, so I'm glad we got a double-sided land there. So we get a Tazim Raptor, followed by an Ardent Electromancer, a Negate, Broken Wings, Subtle Strike, with a Skyclave Sentinel, Vanquish the Weak, Risen Riptide, Sizzling Barrage, with a Dauntless Unity, a Relic Vial, Grotag Night Runner, the Kitesail Cleric, and we're going to see the Riverglade pathway coming in. Very nice to see this. The Riverglade pathway is the most valuable at just over $6. And on the reverse side, it's going to be the red, the Lava Glide pathway. So very cool to see that. And then we get ourselves a full art forest and a non-token token. First one of those that we've seen. All right, next up, we've got, there we go, Scavenge Blade with a Field Research, Core Celebrant, Molten Blast, Ghastly Gloom Hunter, then a Dauntless Survivor with a Bubble Snare, Pressure Point, Feed the Swarm, Grotag Bug Catcher, then an Allied Assault, followed by a Taunting Arborage, and then a Tangled Floral Hedron. And our rare is going to be a Throne of Makindi, coming in from the land cycle, with a Full Art Mountain, and another blank card in the back. So only one foil so far. That's okay, though. There is a ton of foils available for Zendikar Rising, so there is not much of a foil factor. So we got a Mesa Lynx, Teeter Peak Ambusher with a Zulaport Duelist, Resolute Strike, Kazandu Stomper, Beckoning, McKindy Ox, Feed the Swarm again. I think we have 3 of those now. Got ourselves a Rabid Bite with a Scion of the Swarm, Skyclave Geopede in Showcase with a Malakir Rebirth. This is going to be an uncommon, currently valued over $4. So we'll put that down there, and then we're going to see a Mythic Nahiri Heir of Ancients coming in. Very cool to see that. Followed by a second foil, Skyclave Pickaxe. And then we get ourselves a Full Art Swamp with an insect token in the back. So this is actually turning out to be a pretty decent bundle. Don't know if we'll make our money back, but that's okay. It's not always about the dollars, it's about the journey. All right, so we got an Anti-Cognition, followed by an Angel Heart Protector, Scorch Rider, Expedition Skulker with a Jorga Visionary, Stonework Pack Beast, Malakir Blood Priest, Cleansing Wildfire, Cunning Geyser Mage with a Seagate Banneret, then a Spring Mantle Cleric with Roost of Drakes, Balaged Recovery. It's going to be another uncommon valued over $3. Then we get a Cragplate Ballad coming in as our rare, not a high value rare, followed by an island and a blank card. Just going to stack these up a little bit here. All right, final Zendikar Rising draft booster pack for the bundle, and then we'll jump right into the MTG box analysis. It's going to be a little bit limited because this is only 10 packs and it's only a bundle. So we got ourselves a Sneaking Guide, followed by another Deliberate, Territorial Skyclave, excuse me, Scythe Cat, not Skyclave. Then we get an Oblivion's Hunger, Highborn Vampire, Tajuru Snarecaster, Royal Eruption with Strength of Solidarity. Then we get a Living Tempest, Seagate Colossus, Roost of Drakes, Kargon Warleader, Shadow Stinger, and then we're going to see a Kazandu Mammoth coming in, but this time in the showcase, not high value, followed by a Plains and an Illusion token in the back. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. We'll begin the analysis by comparing the cards that we saw in this box to the cards that we were eligible to obtain out of a draft booster pack. Then we'll examine set coverage, coverage by rarity, and duplication. Then we'll review the current market value of the set and break down the actual observed value for the bundle inside of a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 100 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the bundle in comparison to the cards that we were eligible to see. Using this chart, we can see the foils that we observed in orange, the non-foils in green, and the cards that we could have pulled out of a draft booster pack in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw a variance of 9 cards between the primary colors of Magic, with green having 27 and white only having 18. In the foil space, we saw 2 cards inside of these 10 packs. This chart does not include the 20 foil and non-foil basic lands that were included inside the bundle. Removing all duplication, here's a look at our coverage of the set. We saw 127 unique non-foil cards, giving us 41% coverage of the 313 cards we could have pulled. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in green with 53%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 69% of the commons and 30% of the uncommons we could have seen. We also saw 8 rares for 10% coverage and 2 mythics for 8% coverage. Excluding the land pack, we saw 35 cards repeated 56 times for a box duplication rate of 29%. Despite this, we didn't see any playsets today. Now, before we take a look at the value in today's bundle, let's review the market value of the cards in the Zendikar Rising set. This chart shows all the cards that you can pull from a draft booster pack using non-foil market prices as of June 2nd, 2023. Currently, there are 6 cards valued over $10, including the Showcase Omnith Locus of Creation at $10.33, Aisha Soul of the Wild at $11.27, the Standard Frame Omnith valued at $11.98, the Ancient Green Warden at $13.11, Agadeem's Awakening at $14.78, and the Seagate Restoration at $16.80. The set also features 9 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 27 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 271 cards are currently valued under $1. If you were to add up the market value of all 313 cards, you'd be looking at a grand total of $255.64 in market value. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this bundle from trollandtoad.com. Their price for the bundle was $34.95. However, using a promo code, I was able to save a little, making my price $33.20. You can use my code MTGBOX5 to save 5% off any item directly sold by Troll and Toad and support the channel at the same time. Today's bundle contained 10 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 150 total cards. The value of the lands in the bundle shocked me a little when I was going through the pricing. The full art lands average out to be about 17 cents a piece, whereas the regular frame basic lands have an average value of 75 cents a piece. This is probably because there's only 2 places where you can pull these lands, and they're inside the bundle that we opened today or set booster packs, and therefore they're a little bit scarce. Now, the total value of the 20 non-foil and 20 foil basic lands, plus the 10 full art basic lands and the Charix promo, comes up to be an astounding $27.66. The 9 tokens that we saw today are valued at $1.74. The 98 commons that we saw are valued at $3.42. The 32 uncommons are valued at $10.82, thanks to seeing the 2 most valuable uncommons in the set. The 8 rares that we pulled are valued at $10.82, thanks mostly due to the Branch Loft and River Glide pathways. Finally, those 2 mythics are valued at $7.83 combined. Add it all up, and the grand total for this bundle comes up to be $61.94 in market value, which is a gain of $28.74 over the price I paid, and means that this box returned 187% of my purchase price in card value. Now, I get it. It's very unlikely that I could sell those basic lands for their full market value. So, if we back out all of the lands completely, the market value of the cards inside of just the 10 draft packs comes up to be $35.82, which is still a small gain of $2.62 and a return of 108%. This pretty much makes this bundle a wash and just a fun little box opening experience. Thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to all of the channel members. Your support helps fund this operation and allows me to create the content that you all enjoy. If you're not yet a channel member, I invite you to consider becoming one. By joining, you'll gain early access to videos and many other perks. If you're interested in supporting the channel but don't want to become a member, there are several other ways that you can show your support. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue with the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.